We have all experienced the pain of losing something important to us, whether it's a person, an item, or even just work on a computer that gets erased during a crash. We feel a sinking sensation in our stomach and a slight sense of dread when we realize that we have lost something. Today, we will examine a particular passage in the Bible where Jesus narrated 3 parables on losing things, which is precisely what we have been discussing. As we examine these 3 parables, we will see that Jesus is emphasizing a crucial lesson regarding God's attitude towards those who are similar to us. Now, as I go through these poems, I'm going to be searching for recurring themes. Luke 15:1-24, NIV, 1 At this time, sinners and tax collectors were gathering to hear him speak. 2 But the teachers of the law and the Pharisees murmured, "This man welcomes sinners and eats with them." In the incident described in this text, Jesus is with a sizable group of individuals who are not regarded as being religious or devoted. Neither their appearance nor their behavior resembles that of the religious folk of that era. The religious folks are showing their displeasure with Jesus' behavior by standing to the side. Jesus knows what's going through their minds, so he answers with 3 parables that are specifically directed at them. Consider it. How would you respond if you were among the 100 sheep owners and one of them went missing? You would abandon those 99 in the open countryside and pursue the missing one until you located it. Once you've located it, you should raise it up onto your shoulders and return it to its folded position. Upon finding your missing sheep, you would call a celebration and invite all of your friends. I can assure you that, in this instance alone, there is greater joy in heaven over a single repentant sinner than there are over 99 previously redeemed good individuals. I suppose that after pausing briefly to look them in the eyes, Jesus proceeded. Alternatively, how about this one? Let's say a woman loses one of her 10 silver coins. How would she respond? She would get up, light a lamp, sweep the entire home, and look for it until she found it, even if it was dark outside. She then phones all of her friends and neighbors and announces, "Let's have a party," after discovering it. My misplaced penny has been located. The angels in heaven celebrate when a sinner turns from his sins in a similar manner, I assure you. One more pause. Maybe Jesus was wondering whether they were still with him, so he tells the most amazing tale yet. A father had 2 sons. The younger one requested his half of the estate from his father, saying, "Please give me my share now so that I can start enjoying it." The father then divided his possessions between the 2 sons. Shortly afterward, the younger son fled to a far-off location, wasting his money on extravagant lifestyle. A famine struck the nation after he had spent everything, leaving him in a hopeless state of hunger, loneliness, and destitution. He found a job feeding a herd of pigs, but he was so hungry that he wanted to dive into the food he was feeding them. He recalled how nicely his father's slaves had lived back home at this point. Whoa, I would be doing better than I am now if I were to live there again. Why don't I simply return home and implore him to accept me into his household as a servant? Thus, he rose and resumed his way home. As he walked up the road to his father's house, the father noticed him and was touched by his love and compassion. Going against societal norms, he ran to welcome his child, hugged him, and kissed him. The son attempted to deliver his prepared statement in the middle of the hug, saying, "Father, I've sinned against God and you. I don't deserve to be regarded as your son." The father interrupted, gesturing to his staff who were shocked by the spectacle. "Quick, get the best robe we have and put it on him," he said. "Bring him a pair of new sandals and place a stunning golden ring on his finger. Then butcher the obese cow and let's feast. My kid was lost and found, he was dead and is now living again." The celebration officially started at that point. What did all those religious types do back then, I wonder? The moral of all 3 tales is the same. Jesus was saying, lost people matter to God, in contrast to them. 3 recurring themes in these tales let us know this. There was a significant missing element in every narrative. The shepherd relied heavily on the sheep for his livelihood. The misplaced coin, 1/10 of the lady's whole riches. Essential to the elderly woman's survival, and it goes without saying that the father much valued the son who had vanished. God experiences loss when people turn away from him because of sin, yet despite this, his love nevertheless exclaims, "You matter to me even if you are far off track." You truly do. These events in Luke 15 reveal a truth. We have never looked into the eyes of another human being who does not hold value in God's eyes. This brings up the second theme that unites the three accounts of Jesus. 2. The missing item was significant enough to justify a comprehensive search. The shepherd did not just reply, "Oh well, I hope they find their way back," after realizing he had lost a sheep. He didn't only drop some sheep treats in the path. He took a radical step. In order to go out and look for that sheep, he temporarily left his other sheep alone. The text states that the lady lighted a lamp right away and looked tirelessly till she found it after realizing she had lost 10% of her savings. She didn't even wait until the morning to try to find it. The idea is that you just naturally want to look for something when you truly respect it and it gets lost. Jesus is telling us that humans are so important to God that he goes looking for those who have wandered off and are not connected to him. This is the life mission statement of Jesus. Luke 19 verse 10 says, "For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost." Here and there, John tells us 3 John 17, "For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him." Jesus came for this purpose: to demonstrate love and provide a way to salvation for the lost. He carried out the same actions as the shepherd, the woman, and the father in these stories as God's representative on earth. He valued lost individuals enough to go to them and find them. 3. There is a celebration upon retrievals. After gathering the sheep, the shepherd held a celebration. After finding her currency again, the woman had another party. The father threw the grandest celebration of all when his son returned home. According to what Jesus said, when one lost person is discovered, the angels of God celebrate and rejoice around the throne of heaven. The image that we have is that even as a 10-year-old kid, when I first turned from my sins and gave my life to the rule of Jesus Christ, paradise broke out. There was a banner hoisted with my name on it. And I got included on the guest list for the biggest party that has ever been thrown. But it wasn't only me who was celebrating. For you, and you, and you, it has happened again and over. Furthermore, you should know that God has the flag ready if you haven't gone to him to make him the head of your life. The chorus of angels is ready. And the most important thing he wants you to know is how much God cherishes you. Jesus' parables show us that God cares about the lost. He seeks us out because he appreciates individuals so much. Verdict: what purpose do these stories serve?